Hello there friends, I'm Dardi.b and welcome to my channel in Cypher. This is a place where I offer guidance and support through the occult art of tarot and oracle card reading. I am a clairaudient, clairsentient and clairvoyant psychic, which means I interpret messages from spirit through hearing, feeling and seeing. If you have stumbled onto this video, please know that you have been divinely guided here to receive messages and insights that you're needing to hear no matter what time you're seeing this video. Whether it was posted 1 day ago or 1 year ago, it will remain relevant to you. I'm so excited to get into this pick a card reading today. Now, if you know how pick a card readings work, then feel free to jump ahead to the timestamps below in the description box. Before you go ahead though, all decks, music and equipment from today's video will be listed below in the description box, along with my social links if you wish to get in touch. If you're new to pick a card readings, then what you want to do is clear your mind, close your eyes and allow a number 1, 2 or 3 to pop into your head, and these will correlate to the piles that you see right here. Pause the video if you need and take as long as you need to do this. You may also be energetically drawn to a certain pile or perhaps a number of piles, and if that's the case, definitely watch both because there could be relevant messages for you in more than one pile. Another way that I like to choose is to ask my guides directly which pile is meant for me and remain really still, clear-minded, and just wait and see what answer pops up for you. Some people do also like to watch all the piles and choose the one that resonates the most, so do whatever feels right to you. Sometimes trying a few different ways does help you to find what way works best. So today we are focusing on urgent and special messages coming to you from Spirit. So with all of that said, happy choosing and let's get into the readings. Hello my group ones. Let's see what's coming for you from Spirit. So we've got 10 of Cups. We have 10 of Pentacles reversed. We've got 2 of Swords reversed. And we've got the Star. So to start, I mean, this is like a really, really positive reading, okay? Because the 10 of Cups is basically complete emotional fulfillment, okay? So the 10 of Cups is, there's this really happy family, everyone's really happy. I mean, they're dancing, they're enjoying a rainbow. The rainbow suggests that life is pretty peachy. This complete abundance. And emotional fulfillment. So to go into it a little further, the family, they're very happy. He's working a job he loves, she's working a job she loves, the kids, they get heaps of time to play. So it's like this real ideal happiness. And your happiness, your ideal happiness might not be this sort of envisioning of, you know, the white picket kind of fence. Because I'm getting kind of boss bitch kind of vibes. This can also be soul fulfillment. There's this purpose, this soul purpose that you're actually finding, that you are now understanding the definition of that. And you're not really afraid to go after it anymore, which is so amazing and so special considering the time that we are now currently in. It's interesting as well because you have 2 10s coming out. So when there's quite a few 10s in a reading, it does imply that there's some cycles that you are finishing up with, that you are closing out from. And that can be really exciting because closing out some cycles means more growth is coming in. You are really reaching this new milestone in your life, and you should really be proud and you should be really excited about that. And you should almost, I'm seeing sort of pat on the back. So pat yourself on the back. You've obviously done some really some deep inner work to clear out potentially some old energies that were really making you feel stagnant and really making you feel like you didn't have the life that you wanted. It was really making you feel like, where the hell am I? Like, where am I going? what am I doing? It's basically suggesting now that you're moving into a time where that is a thing of the past, which is so, so exciting for you. The 10 of Pentacles in the reverse position can sometimes mean a few different things. This card in the upright position does mean immense wealth. It's, you know, you've learnt all these aspects of the earth plane, because the earth plane is all connected with the pentacle suits. It's the physical realm. So there is something saying that this is a little blocked at this point, or this energy is coming in, but it's not coming in yet. So there is a delay in this wealth coming in. There is still a question here. So despite the happiness that you are feeling and the fulfillment that you are feeling in this 10 of Cups card, I feel like there's still some questioning around your idea of your future, or your idea of your future self. So you might be questioning how much money you want to be making. You might be questioning who you actually want to end up with, or what that person is like. There is this need of security here, because this is lifelong security. You've learned every aspect that there is to the physical realm and mastering it, essentially, because after this card you move into the Page and the Knight, Queen and King. You're at this stage now where stability, you are looking for ways to incorporate and to facilitate more ways of becoming more secure for your future, which is really good, because these two together, you do have a happy life that's really working out for you. You've got to this place where, yes, okay, I'm happy, I'm good. I like this, I like what I'm doing, I like who I'm with, but the money side is still not quite there. Don't get too disheartened with that, because sometimes this is just a stage and a step. That's what I'm sort of feeling. This is like part of the stage in actually progressing and actually getting to that place that you really want to be. But this is a necessary part of it. So you're taking the steps in the right direction. And I do feel like it's actually influenced by the Two of Swords, because the Two of Swords, the Swords suit, is all about mentality, the mental processes, thought. As you can see, she is blindfolded, and she's actually blindfolded herself. So she is choosing not to see a certain situation, or she's choosing not to see certain aspects of the situation. In the reverse position, it can suggest that there is still a challenging situation that's happening at this time. And that's why I feel like the two that are reversed are strongly linked, because there's obviously still a challenging decision that you need to make that is affecting your finances. Sorry, just getting more messages. So, and this could be anything from actually having the courage to step out and maybe start a new business, maybe start working with a new company, or asking for a promotion, or anything of that nature. It's like there's a challenging decision that you have to make, or perhaps it's to get out of a really challenging or a really toxic, negative workspace. And what's happening is you're just sort of putting it off, because at the moment it's just too hard to face. And like, I totally get that, because we've all been there, have we not? We've all been through those moments of, oh, I just can't deal with that right now, maybe I'll leave it till tomorrow. This too shall pass, and it's definitely strongly suggested that this is just a little phase. And once you feel really comfortable, maybe break down this obstacle that is before you. Maybe break it down into baby steps of, okay, well, I know I've got to make this decision. What are some smaller things that I can integrate, or some smaller things that I can start to apply to start to make this decision flow, or start to make this decision a little bit easier to make? because sometimes if this is to do with change, sometimes doing one big drastic change is far more disruptive and somewhat unnecessary, and making a huge change or trying to make a huge change really quickly can sometimes lead it to not sticking, if you will. So you really want to hold that long-term vision in your mind, because that will really help you to keep the goal, make small changes through the day, through each and every day, and then before you know it, you'll be at this position. You know what I mean? So the star here is a great card because this is all about self-acceptance. This is all about, because you can see the angel here is naked. So it's completely, there's nothing to hide. She doesn't hide anything from herself. She's incredibly honest with herself. When you know that you're lying to yourself, because again, I'm sure we have all been through that where we lie to ourselves, we sometimes start to believe it really easily. Okay, because if you do it enough, it will just you'll just suddenly start living this false part of yourself. So the star here is really coming forward and saying there will be self-acceptance. I honestly feel like this is where you're destined and this is where you're going. There's a few things to work out with your finances and with your mentality. Remember here as well with the Two of Swords, if anything causes you a lot of confusion, even within yourself, so even if it's thoughts and things within yourself that's causing confusion, it's not for you. That is a clear indication that it's not working with where you are at in your journey at this time, and it's really important just to let it go. The star also suggests that everything is going to work out just fine. Okay, so through this choice and through these financial hardships, everything will work out fine, and this is what you have to focus on. Everything working out fine, everything coming good, everything being sweet is where you need to really focus your vision and your thinking. Because if you focus on everything that's going wrong for you right now, it's so hard to find a way out from that. And that's how you can get a little stuck. There is great news coming. The star comes after the tower. So the tower is major disruption. So maybe there has been a really big disruptive thing. I mean, COVID, maybe having to move house quickly, maybe a breakup, or maybe something as well, not as huge as that, but something disruptive has happened to your life. But the star comes in to really let you know that those really uprooting, upheaval kind of situations, they do pass. They always do. This is like renewal of hope, which is so special. And it seems like your family life, maybe you've got like a partnership or a lover that is really good to you, that loves you deeply, that just adores you, and you know, you've got this part of your life sorted. You know, like there's an element of your life that's just really happy. There's something in your life that is bringing you fulfillment and happiness and love. You know, there's these two other elements that could do with some work, but you know, we'll get there. It is all a journey. It's all about the journey in getting there, right? So the universe absolutely has your back. You are divinely supported, protected by your spiritual team, by your guides. So definitely speak out, because you could have angels around you at this time. You really need to have faith and really believe that everything is going to be okay, because if you really believe that, then that is what will come in. Really, I think the biggest message from this card is that if you do focus on all the things that are breaking down, you are just inviting more breaking down in, because you're showing the universe that these little obstacles that pop up, you're showing that you're still struggling with them. So the universe will keep giving you the same until you learn, until you embrace growth and invite in perhaps even a new mindset, because this is renewal. So maybe even looking at your mindset and saying, okay, well, what can I change about my mindset around finances? And what are maybe some negative thought patterns that are happening in my mind that I could let go of? Definitely good things happening here. Definitely. And there's definitely some things to work on, but like that is generally always the case. And that is why we do readings. So I've got some other cards that I pulled here, and these are the Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards. So Zadkiel with security. We spoke about security in the 10 of Pentacles. So obviously you are really not feeling super secure at this time. Okay, so we've got Gabriel, inspiration, and we've got Raziel, however you wish to say it, intuition. So we'll start with Zadkiel, the security. So Zadkiel is known as the divine comforter. He essentially leads us to freedom through forgiveness, okay? So acceptance of life as it is really helps us to let go. And this is suggesting to me that something really does need to be let go, because it's blocking positive thought and it's blocking money. There's a lack of feeling supported by the universe. And I just really want to do this. And I feel like, yeah. Because these two are so strongly connected. That's what I'm really feeling right now. But when I'm just focusing on how I'm feeling, especially with this card, I am feeling quite peaceful. I am feeling quite relaxed. So I think that this lack of security that you're feeling is really coming from your mental state, and it's not actually the case. As easy as that said. There's a sense of fear coming through here, and that again is just from this mental state. You really need to work on releasing fears to spirit. The universe is there. The universe is supportive. It's more that you need to learn that the lessons that are before you now, you can't just keep avoiding them. Really focus on the blessings and really try to incorporate gratitude into your everyday regime, because actually pinpointing and finding things that you are really grateful for will be positive for you moving forward, and it will actually help you to invite in more blessings and more support and more deeper insights and deeper understandings, okay? So with Gabriel inspiration over here, new messages, some new insights, and some new ideas will be coming to you very soon. New ideas that will actually help to level out these delays and these blockages and these obstacles. How you're feeling can be a guidance system in how you're really feeling and what's really happening within the self, as well as divine communication from your spiritual team. So new ideas coming in, but you've got to quieten the mind a little bit more. So meditation, but even just sitting in a park, sitting in the sun, 5 minutes, just cut yourself off from technology, from any thought that's just cycling through your mind repetitively, because sometimes we just don't need that, and to really allow in these ideas that are going to give you some new insights, new understandings to actually help you understand more of what's going on in your life. Honestly, just ask spirit and say, what can I do to fix my finances? And just let it go, because the answer will come. It might not come that day. You might be just like looking on the internet and then all of a sudden an answer comes, you know what I mean? So just ask, know that it will come, and then let it come in time, okay? Intuition also from Raziel also suggests to me that it is really time to go inward. Build your intuition. Intuition is the abundance of your spirit talking to you. That is literally what intuition is. It is the abundance of your spirit, your soul communicating with you. Okay, this is like direct connection back to source, back to universe, you know, back to source energy. It's the part of you that knows exactly what's happening in your life, and it knows what stage you're at. It knows your journey. It knows how it will end, because everything has been written before you. Okay, you decided on incarnating and you decided on the story. So everything that's happening is happening for a reason. And it's really important to just turn inward, embrace intuition, find that inner voice, know that, and really decipher which voice you're listening to, because really learn to decipher between the ego and the soul, to know the true guidance that's there for you. The ego will always turn to fear. The ego is the voice that is negative. The ego is the voice that's critical, judgmental, harsh, essentially negative. The soul doesn't speak in negatives. The soul will tell you guidance and speak to you deeply, and it's with sincerity, but not with judgment. The source energy is not judgment. Okay, I don't know who needed to hear that, but there you go. Okay, so I want to pull just like another couple of cards, and they're coming from this numerology deck. So they're pretty cool. I like the look of them. Anyway, so let's see, just to get a little bit more info here, some more messages for you from Spirit. Okay. I love it when this happens. Okay, so if you look at the colors of the Oracle deck, so we've got greens, so sort of aquamarines, blues and purples, right? So the cards that fell out for you are spirituality, 77. So that is a master number also, or an angel number. And then we've got 57, but the colors are both purple. I just think it's wild when like colors like that pop up. Now, this numerology deck, please bear with me because it is a new deck. It's my newest deck. So I'm still learning it. So I will be reading from the little book. If you hate that, I'm really sorry. But I want to give you like the best meanings for them that I can. So the first one that popped out was spirituality. There were a few more that popped out underneath this card, but I really didn't feel like they were part of your reading. It was this was the one that was meant to come out. So basically this card indicates a need to enhance your connection to the divine, to improve your relationship with yourself, as well as your quality of life. So again, I think this is really speaking back to that maybe you're someone that is new to spirituality. Maybe you're someone that hasn't fully dived into spirituality, and that's fine because spirituality is a personal journey anyway, right? So there is, and because we got intuition and there's this lack of security that you're feeling, spirituality might be what really steps forward to help you fill those final gaps, if you will. Okay. You're not a human being having a spiritual experience. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. And your relationship with Source is your path to inner peace. Holy moly. So again, that's just speaking back to maybe now that we've had a little bit of this clarification, it's like you're really wanting this inner peace. You're on this hunt for inner peace. And you're sort of unsure and unclear as to why you are feeling like you're lacking peace. And this This card is essentially saying perhaps there's something missing that you need, and it's in spirituality. And that might even, I'm so sorry, that might even just be meditation to connect back to intuition. And then all of a sudden, everything starts to work out better because you're following a different voice. You're following the voice of source. You're following the voice of your soul, and you are your guiding light, and not someone or something else. Okay? When you find your way to God, you find your way back home. And like, I don't usually like to use the word God because it just has some negative connotations attached to it. But when you find your way to the universe, you find your way back home. By selecting this card, you are being encouraged to celebrate and strengthen your relationship with the divine in whichever way that you choose. You may opt for prayer, meditation, chanting, yoga, or periods of silence and contemplation. See, that's exactly what I said. Well, perhaps quiet time in nature, going on a retreat or attending a place of worship is something you prefer. And that just actually popped into my mind. Perhaps a spiritualist church might be your thing, or maybe that's too much. Who knows? I just heard spirit go, whoa, 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 whoa. A spiritualist church can be all about mediumship, meditation circles. It doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm your priest and you will listen. You know, it's nothing like that. So maybe just have a little look around, see if there's like a spiritualist church, or maybe you just even buy a book on something that really interests you, and that can be you starting to take the steps in the right direction for your soul. It doesn't matter which option that you do choose, for there is no right or wrong. Only you can know your ultimate path ahead. So in order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life, cycles that are encouraging you to strengthen your relationship with the divine. You're also being urged to communicate with your lost loved ones, spirit guides, and angels, and ask for assistance when required. No request goes unanswered, and no request is too big or small. So yeah, there is, that's big, because the Star card is absolutely stepping forward and saying, there are angels, there are guides, there's past loved ones, there's people around you, there's spirit around you. And if you just even start to speak to them, I know it's going to feel uncomfortable and feel a little whack to begin with. It will be so beneficial, and you'll start to feel guidance coming in. You won't have to keep watching YouTube videos, but please keep watching. Okay, and then moving on to this final card here, we've got teaching and learning. So 57. Keep an eye out for 57, okay? Keep a bigger eye out for 77, because I feel like that is the card for you. So this card indicates a time of significant learning and growth. So I almost feel like, okay, what I just heard was spiritual awakening. I feel like maybe someone's watching this, or a few people are watching this, that have maybe starting to wake up to understand that the reason maybe they haven't fully achieved all the things that they wish to achieve is that they've been taking on these other idealistic conditionings from society that has led them astray, and it's not actually making them really happy, or it's not making them as fulfilled in some aspects of their life as they thought that it would. When the wisdom you will gain will be a great benefit to others as well. So there is much potential for you to teach what you've experienced. In fact, your life lessons are just as valuable as your academic knowledge. Therefore, every trial and tribulation can help you be of service to the world. This card encourages you to have faith in your ability to teach, because teaching is simply passing on to others information that they didn't already know. You probably already do this by sharing the lessons you've learned and the discoveries you've made with your colleagues, family members, children, or friends. So please don't underestimate the importance of what you have to say. The more you learn, the more you have to teach, which serves your greater good and the greater good of all. If there is something you would like to teach, then set the intention and do it. So yeah, for me, this is like potentially a big spiritual journey actually lies before you. And perhaps you've really been through it. I feel like maybe there has been some past situations that haven't been great. And I feel for you because we've all been there and it sucks at times. But this teaching and learning means that everything that you've gone through will be of service and will be of help to others. Just jump into it because you're going to have some amazing things to share at the end of it. And you're going to be of great help and of great service to all your loved ones, even the loved ones you don't know yet, you know? All right, group one. So that's all that I have for you today. Feel free to follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Those links are below if you feel called to leave a donation. My PayPal is linked in the description. It is not necessary, but it is always greatly appreciated. I love you so, so, so much, and I hope you have an amazing day, evening, rest, or sleep, and I cannot wait to read for you again soon. Bye. Hello, my group twos. So let's see what messages are coming through from Spirit for you. So first we have the Page of Pentacles. We love that. We have the Knight of Swords reversed. We have the Six of Wands reversed. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. Okay. So first thing that I'm sort of hearing is that you have had here at the Page of Pentacles. Oh my God, how dare that motorcycle? So with the Page of Pentacles, there is, I feel like a new journey has really come forward for you. And this is a really amazing opportunity that has stepped forward for you. And it is one that is of the physical realm, so can be possibly a job opportunity, something that will be bringing in money or has the large potential to bring in money. So pages are all about they're starting to learn the necessary lessons, okay, that are required for further development. So you are starting to learn some really important lessons moving forward about some things that are really going to help you along your way. So the Page of Pentacles is all about learning how to build resources and taking care of what you do have, okay? So you could really benefit from researching different ways of doing things because there is this new opportunity coming forward to you or has just come forward for you. And it's really important to understand that you may not know the best or most efficient ways of getting things done because, again, you are still really learning these skills. So this is where it'll be a really great idea to consider the many different ways of achieving something, and possibly something that you've done in the past might not be the way to do it moving forward. You will learn what doesn't work for you, which will eventually lead you to what does, okay? You may have started a project recently, and it's really important to consider the process of achieving it, so having a really good plan. The Pentacles suit is really all about achieving, manifesting, all manifestation techniques. Perhaps this is really about trying some different manifestation techniques that could really be good for you. You're essentially learning the best process needed to see a project through to the very end. And maybe that's something that you haven't done in the past. Maybe you've really tried out projects or study. This could be new study as well. And you haven't really finished studying, okay? Or some projects you're just like, I'm over it, you know? But the thing that you really need to embrace moving forward is the willingness to see something through to the end. There could be news coming in soon as well, like a new job, a new money making opportunity, unexpected money showing up even as well. Unexpected money is always great money. This might even be like some kind of win. It might not be huge, but it'll be a win, and we love wins, okay? So the knights are a step up from the page. So they've learnt a bit more. They've understood, starting to understand a bit more that obstacles and tests lie before them for growth. So the Knight of Swords in the reverse position is this, you're brimming with this energy and motivation, but you can't effectively channel it somewhere. And you're starting to grow a little restless and frustrated because you want to take action and something seems to be holding you back. It's essentially suggesting that the timing is not quite right, or there's not enough resources, etc. But there's other ways that you can go about it. And this really speaks back to really looking for new ways of doing things, okay? There is also suggestions with this Knight of Swords card that you are moving a little too quickly, because the Knight of Swords is a really, really fast moving card. The energy is super fast. So it's, you're sort of risking a bit of burnout potential here. And it is leading into the fact that the victory that you're hoping for, or the victory that you're really, that could be promised to you from this opportunity that's coming up, is delayed. So essentially there is this great new opportunity that's before you, but you might not even be seeing it, or you might actually miss it because you are risking a bit of a burnout here. And if you burn out, you're no good to anyone. You're not good burnt out. No one is. You know what I mean? So with that, it's like really define your success and really get to the core and the root of, okay, this is what I think success is to me, or this is what I want in my life. That is my definition of success. I will feel successful when, really hone into that and really start to unpack, why am I going so quick? Why am I moving so fast? Is it because I fear if I stop, it's all going to cave? Because that is a lack mindset. That is a lack mentality in your mind. And actually, success doesn't have to move quick. Success can be gradual and still be satisfying on every level. And it can still bring you resources that you need for your journey. It can still take care of you, but moving too fast or trying to do too much is preventing any kind of victory from coming in, because it's forced. It's not moving with the natural flow of you. If it's really starting to have a negative effect on who you are and your definition of success, maybe you do have heaps of money, or the potential for you to make money is very easy, then maybe you need to look at, okay, well, do I have to keep going at it this harsh or this hard on myself? Because that leads into this final card, which is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is all about feeling cold, feeling like left out in the cold, feeling like you don't have a lot of money, feeling like you are really hard done by, and you don't have clean clothes, or you don't, you're hurt. The meaning of this card is that there are always potentials and always opportunities and always support around you, because behind them is the church and the lights are on. There are people in there that can help these people. There are people in there that are willing to give love, support, and guidance to these people. These people just think they have to be out in the cold, or that's where they deserve to be, when in actual fact they deserve to be somewhere warm. They deserve to be somewhere where they're looked after, somewhere that brings them the things that they need. So to me, this is a very big lack mindset. This card for me is all about lack. You're focusing on things that you don't have, or focusing on the part of success that is not yet achieved, and you're forgetting that it's the journey, not the end goal. You have to enjoy and really love what you're doing in the process to really get you to those heights. And that's all about us moving into this new 5D consciousness, okay? It's old days, okay? Back in the old days is when people had to work 8-hour days to get fucking nothing. You know, like this is I mean, this is really a change that we're going through. I say in the old days because I personally, I keep focusing on the time of the world where we can just follow our hearts, and that's all you have to do. That is all, because it will bring you the highest joy. You don't have to do anything for cash. If we were all doing things that were based on our purpose and our heart center and our love, it would be a very different world. People wouldn't get stuck in jobs that they hate and become horrible humans because they hate everything, you know, and people would actually be able to harness their own set of talents, own set of skills, and be able to present them to the world with pride, you know. So the 5 is all about, there is change coming in, and while that is exciting, this card does suggest that it's really important to start changing your mindset from what's negative to what is really positive and what you're really wanting to see in your life, because without that, you will just get more of what you don't want. And that is no good to the world, no good to your loved ones, and no good for you, okay? So with that said, I am going to just go into the rest of your cards. So we've got some Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards here. So we've got Sandalphon, Evolution. We've got Michael, Patience. And we've got Uriel, Freedom. Okay, so messages already coming in. I'm getting shivers everywhere. Oh my goodness. So Sandalfoot. That was, oh my God, burp. That was my childhood. When I was at school, I was in the color sandalwood. It was yellow. How funny. Crazy. Anyway, well, there's a lot of yellow in this bit, which I love. I love, 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 love. These colors are all kind of similar. Again, I love how the colors line up like that because it speaks to an energy and a flow that's happening within you and around you, and it comes out in the colors even, you know what I mean? So exciting. So with Sandalphon, I said it again, oh my God, Sandalphon. Okay, so Sandalphon is the sacred guardian, okay? So he's the conduit between the divine and earth. So he actually allows for smooth communication, which he is now gifting up to you. He actually helps us to interpret what we need and what we want. So what we need and what we want is very different, and sometimes they can get a little bit muddled. And he also knows he delivers to us what is for our highest good. And he actually works with the Akashic records as well, which is a cool little fact. So the Akashic records, maybe you've heard that term, someone maybe is connecting with that at the moment or resonating with that. But the Akashic records are the records of everything that's ever happened to you, every thought, anything you've ever said. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It's basically like this opportunity that is before you. I mean, look, it's like pointing up. And it's like, this opportunity is going to take you to where you want to go, you know? Hang on, let me see. This opportunity is going to take you to this star, you know? You're here and you want to be here, and I can show you the way, but you've got to trust where I'm taking you, and you've got to trust where we're going, and just trust me in the deliverance of it. So this card is also suggesting that it's a really light-filled time in your life, okay? Which is great. And take a moment to really appreciate how far you've come, okay? So you're evolving in leaps and bounds. And while there are things that we've been speaking about, especially in the tarot, this card is suggesting to me that you should still have a big pat on the back. because you've worked hard, you've kept at it, and you have achieved some really great things for yourself. If you haven't manifested anything yet, which I doubt because I feel like you are quite a manifester from your cards, it will be the thing that you are wanting is coming very soon. Okay, so let go of things that do not serve you and make space from past events, things that have popped up from the past. Really make space, and get rid of those things that are holding you back to truly allow in this new energy of beauty that is coming before you, this amazing opportunity. Don't focus on what's happened in the past, because what's coming and this opportunity that is before you right now is so beautiful, and it will fulfill you on so many levels that it's I feel like this urgence now. Like, I'm not going to tell you to take the opportunity, but I'm like, maybe it seems like it's going to be a good one. Okay. So I think it's really good to always face opportunities with, really sorting out the potentials of it, because that is just part of the human experience, or part of the logical mind, if you will. But really connect in with that intuition, because if your intuition is saying, oh, it could actually be pretty good, go for it. You know what I mean? And I'm so sorry, I have skylights above my workspace, which I actually adore, but it does kind of leave this glare. I don't have lights up there. Look, you can see the light. Can you see the window? You probably see it here too. But it lets in a great amount of natural light, but can sometimes cause the glare. So I do apologize, dolls. But yeah, so here we've got Michael. And Michael is known as the cosmic leader. So this can often pop up when you're feeling drained, exhausted, overwhelmed, any of those things. And because he is the ultimate protector. And when we're feeling drained and exhausted and overwhelmed, we can sometimes not do our best, if that makes sense. He helps you to let go of any toxicity in your life, and he does protect you spiritually. He protects you in your career, relationships, and thinking. So he is the ultimate protector. So we love that. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for protecting us. Yay. The Patience card here is suggesting that there has been sort of a sense of rushing to create. And the fact that it's come out over the Knight of Swords, because this is like moving too fast, slow down, burnout. This is just reiterating the fact that you are rushing, okay? You're moving far too fast, and a lot can actually come to you and for you through patience. And I honestly think patience is not something that is really supported or pushed in our society, because it's actually beneficial to us. Society sometimes doesn't always want what's really best for us, if you hadn't noticed. But yeah, so this Patience card is saying that you need to stop. So it's come out twice, so I really hope you heed the call. You have to work to allow in. Don't just work yourself into the ground, okay? Patience is necessary in the manifestation process, because again, you can't have those instant gratification needs and then have a really long-term vision at the same time. The both cannot exist. They can't exist in the same lane, okay? Let go of the instant gratification, okay? Because instant gratification, it does not lead to long-term change. Instant gratification is, it's fulfilled now, awesome, but it might be, say, $1,000. I want that $1,000 now, but you could be doing another job that will lead you to $50,000 in a few months. I mean, I'd like that situation. But do you see what I mean? It's like, would you take the $1,000 now, or would you put in 3 months of hard effort and get the 50 grand? This also is saying that it's in the journey where the sweetness and the fun and the excitement lies. And I feel like that's maybe been forgotten a little bit with how fast we're moving and how much we're pushing to get this victory. And it's like, the victory will come, but you can still enjoy the journey there. Who wants to get the victory and be like, oh my God, that was like the most horrendous time of my life. I lost all my friends. I didn't find a lover because I was working too much. I never really ate yummy food, because I was too focused on, you know what I mean? Like that, those kinds of things. But, and I love the imagery on this card because it does just feed back into the whole idea of the card. These are the 3 Great Pyramids of Giza, and they took a large amount of years to build. They were built 4,500 years ago, and they're still standing. Do you want the thing that you're going to build to last through all sense of time, or do you just want the good stuff now? Do you want the stuff that will be so mind-blowing and almost mystical? Well, that's going to take a little bit more time. All right, so moving on, lastly, we have Uriel, and this card is the Freedom card. This actually just popped into my mind with this Freedom card. Money is a construct. Money is an economic, societal construct that we all spend a lot of our time in our lives chasing it, letting it change who we really are. Money leads us to do some pretty crazy things, some pretty heinous things that we probably wouldn't actually do to people if we didn't have that desire or strong need just to survive, because money makes it a survival aspect. There's an aspect to living and breathing that, money's involved in, so just remember that, and remember like, okay, well, if I can't make a credit card payment this week, I think I'm okay, like 1 month they won't get a payment, things like that, because it's like if that is causing some mental racing, some mental anguish, then it's not worth your time, and it's not worth the lack that it's creating in your mindset. So I would really, really insist on just remembering that money is a stupid thing that we all kind of have to want and love. Don't get me wrong, I love money. But the construct behind it, I don't agree with. I don't agree that we have to have this monetary thing that we have to exchange, because money, the need for it in society, causes people to do things purely based on money and not on what they should be doing, or where their heart would really sing. So that's just like a little bit. But don't get me wrong, I still love money and I respect money and what money can do for us, but I take it a little step further in remembering that it is a society's construct, and if society's making you feel bad because you can't pay a bill, that's okay. It's actually not the worst thing in the world, okay? It might, to some people hearing this, maybe you've been struggling with that. Maybe that's a little message for someone. I don't know, but we love money, but I don't like that it leads people to chase for money and not follow their hearts. That's what it's really about. So Uriel is known as the divine companion. So he essentially helps delivering solutions, ideas, or insights through dreams or meditations. So it's really important, the fact that this card has popped up, to pay attention to dreams or keep a dream journal near the bed, because there will be some solutions coming to you now, especially if you picked this reading and you're really resonating with the messages that are coming from it. Creative new solutions to obstacles that you feel are really coming in. So really let go of these stresses and this racing and these challenges to allow in blessings. This Freedom card, I think it's funny that it's come out over the Five of Pentacles, because it's telling me that this is just backing up this lack mindset that's present, because the freedom card basically suggests that you are your only jail. You are your only entrapment, if you will. You're the only one that can like trap up your mind or block yourself mentally. So there's some negative conditioned mindsets that are really leading you down a path of lack. And it's like there are opportunities in front of you that you really should pay attention to, opportunities for gratitude, opportunities for really amazing things if you just let them in. Okay, so it's saying, look at your mental space, do your thoughts race? And I can tell that they do with the Knights of Swords. Okay, are they negative? Are they causing ripples in your life? And this is an opportunity to really ask Spirit, what are some alternative choices to expand my mind? What are some things that could really be beneficial to me in progressing and evolving like Sandalphon wants me to? Sandalphon wants me to. How do I get to freedom? How do I untrap myself? How do I really step into that free person that I want to be? How do I get there? Okay. Life is all about choices, essentially. Life is, I mean, some people can even say life is not really good, or is not about good and bad. It's about choices. Life is all about choices, and mistakes do happen, but you can always choose again. So this is like, don't look back on the past and focus on the choices that you made that maybe weren't great, because we've all got them. We all have made those choices where we're like, holy shit, I probably shouldn't have done that. Or though that choice that I made had some pretty big consequences. But just remember that that's how we learn. And it's really important to make the mistakes, because when we make the mistakes, the clear path on how to move forward gets a little bit bigger, a little bit brighter, a little bit more obvious. Okay, so that's pretty much what that card is saying. Now, I do just want to shuffle these numerology cards. I love the little pattern on the back. They're so pretty, so pretty. Love this purple. And we'll just get 2 cards that you're needing to hear right now, just for a little bit more. Okay, compassion has come out. Now with this compassion card, I can see straight up that 99 as well. Again, similar colors. I love that for you. Compassion. So this is really telling me that you do need to go within. That you are really needing to show yourself some compassion. Okay, because perhaps you've had some really like judgmental thoughts, some really like harsh thoughts. There's some mental racing going on and negative focuses. So when those two mix together, you can start to be really judgmental and really harsh on yourself. And that actually does not help you get anywhere. Okay, so with that compassion card, really start to show yourself a little bit more love and understanding and care, because you deserve it. You absolutely deserve it, and you don't deserve to be beat up by your own mind. All right, let's get one more card before we finish this reading, because I feel like, oh, there it is. All right, manifestation. And yeah, so I did say earlier that you are really good. You're actually really good at manifesting. You are a manifester. You're a manifestation king or queen, darling. I really feel like, because it's come out on this over patience and over this lack, if you really start to incorporate some manifestation techniques into your rituals or your life in general, it can actually be you'll actually kind of shock yourself at how much you can manifest when you do start to focus on really positive, beautiful, loving things over negative. You'll see that your world really starts to transform. And if I can say even a little bit, when I had a bit of a spiritual awakening, when you have a bit of a spiritual awakening, you start to struggle with things like things don't make as much sense as they used to, and going about things the way that you used to is just kind of like dead ends. They're just dead ends. So when you do start to actually actively manifest, you'll find yourself doing things that you probably only thought of once, or that you thought were just a bit of a pipe dream, but they're actually coming to fruition. So it's a really beautiful, special process, and you deserve it. So get out there and manifest. But I will just quickly look in the book to make sure I'm not missing anything that you could actually use. So this card indicates a need to acknowledge the power of your mind and your ability to manifest your desires. You are being urged to familiarize yourself with the law of attraction and clarify your wants and needs, for you have entered a powerful cycle of divine manifestation. So that what popped up, if you are a bit of a YouTuber and you love watching YouTube, look up Abraham or Esther Hicks if you don't already, because that can be a really helpful daily little influx of understandings of how you are a vibrational being, and your vibration is so much more important than working a job for 8 hours a day. Does that make sense? It can really start to hone you into what's real, what's true, what's the real world and the real universe is like. Okay, so provided that your dreams serve the greater good as well as the intentions of your soul, the universe will assist you in making them come true. By drawing this card, you are being reminded that successful manifestation requires more than just positive and wishful thinking. You must also surrender the outcome to the divine and detach from the results. Remember that the law of attraction works both ways, so pay attention to your doubts, worries, and fears, and monitor your negative thoughts. Then focus predominantly on what you want rather than what you fear or don't want. By making peace with your life as it is today and appreciating what you already have, you will create the life you've always imagined. So I really feel like that kind of just sums up. I should have just pulled that card. No, I feel like that just really sums up this whole message from this reading. And I really hope you got a lot from it. I really hope you enjoyed it. So group twos, that is all that I have for you today. Feel free to follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Those links are below. And if you feel called to leave a donation, my PayPal is linked in the description. It is not necessary, but it's always greatly appreciated. I love you so, so, so much. And I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing evening, rest or sleep. And I can't wait to read for you again soon. Bye. Hello, my group threes. So let's see what Spirit has for you, what messages are coming up. So first up, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Love that so much. We've got the Three of Cups reversed. We've got the Ace of Cups upright. Ooh, and the Death card. Okay, love this card. There's some stuff going on for my pile threes, you know what I mean? There's some things happening. So the Queen of Pentacles, let's just start there, shall we? Queen of Pentacles is my favorite card because I'm a Capricorn sun, and yeah, she's a queen. So queen cards are all about facing the inner dark side and coming out a lot stronger and wiser the other side, and completely self-mastered. Like they've gone into the depths of their darkest corners of their soul. It's heavy, but like the Queen of Pentacles, like the Queen's suit, is to me is like you've delved into your shadow self, you've delved into the shadow side, and you've come out a boss bitch, you know? And this is for men and women also, because we all have feminine and masculine energy, okay? So queens are also equal to kings. I always like to say this because they are. Queens are equal to kings and are not specific to a gender. They've just mastered that inner domain while the kings master the outer domain. And you can't really be completely, the top of your game if you haven't delved into the inside of you. So the Queen of Pentacles is all about being the wise protector of resources and the body, okay? So it's really important now to really trust your abilities and to remember that success comes through a practical and planned application of desires and thoughts, okay? So the Queen of Pentacles, she's the queen of all of those inner resources. So like energy, management, time management, this is like how to manage your life properly, So this could, the fact that this is popping up could be a sign that you're needing to get back into nature if you haven't been getting out of the house a bit. I know with COVID, that is a thing, right? The lockdowns, I think, are easing, at least here in Australia or Victoria specifically. So I don't know how they might be in your world, but perhaps you've forgotten how much you do love it out there. The more that your schedule can increase, it's really important to make time and actually physically block out time. On your calendar, in your diary, tell your assistant, whatever, you've got to take care of your needs, You want to be the best version of yourself all the times, and the fact that this card has popped up also tells me that you are someone that does want to be the best version of yourself. And to get that, it really requires self-love and self-care practices. And maybe you're someone that's like, oh, no, I got too much going on to have a bath. And it's like, no, like really, really just try it. It's not going to kill you. Like light some candles, really honor that time that you get to spend just soaking in a bath, and then see how good your body feels after. That actually makes me want a bath so bad. Okay, so with the Three of Cups in the reverse position, in the upright position, it can be all about celebration, abundance, partying, fun with your loved ones, with your friends, and just having a really good time. But in the reverse position, it can suggest that you need to take some time off to recuperate and gain maybe some support from friends before returning to reality. There is this need to reconnect to loved ones and reconnect to their love and their support, and actually like let loose and actually have a really good time without worrying too much about the consequences. I'm not going to tell you to go do drugs or anything, but if you love a joint, go have one. But, if you're someone that's like, no, I'm trying to like really better myself. I'm trying to get to this better place. I'm trying to, be this Queen of Pentacles, badass. But you're not actually kind of like letting loose a little. That can actually cause its own kind of like struggles, if you will. So yeah, this is your permission. This is your permission. Get out there, have a few drinks, have some fun, go for a dance, go have a barbecue, go catch up with mates you haven't seen for a while, and really just have fun. Let your hair down. This is confirmation for you. Go and put some time into yourself, just having fun. Now, this card can also suggest that there can be a bit of overindulgence, but I don't really feel like that. I think you've been taking such good care of yourself that this is like, this card's saying like, go out and party, okay? Like, I'm feeling so healthy. Your soul is like, and your body is like, I'm feeling so good. I'm feeling really, really great, but I'm feeling a little uptight, okay? Can you take me out for a drink, please? I really want to go and explore and maybe have a one-night stand, or, do whatever you want. do whatever is being called to you, my darling. Okay, so the Ace of Cups is also suggesting that there is a brand new opportunity that is being brought to you from the universe. So maybe you have asked for this in the past, but there's an opportunity of a really fulfilling, loving, emotional journey that is being offered to you now. This is all about true love and emotional fulfillment, you know? So, this is a very active card and is about making things happen, okay? So, it's important to take a big emotional risk and really ask for what you want, you know? Open your heart to love and being vulnerable, okay? So maybe like you've been so focused, what I'm hearing and what I'm feeling is you've been so focused on making yourself the perfect person that you can be, making yourself physically beautiful. Maybe you've been going really hard at the gym, making sure you get really early nights, and there's a part of you that is still loves a bit of a party, and that's okay. Honestly, it's okay. I feel like people don't say that enough. Like, if you want to party, you do you. Coming back to this card, it is really hard to be vulnerable, and maybe this is actually about letting your hair down and actually going and letting yourself find this potential new love interest, because the cups are obviously all to do with emotions, happiness, you know, all kinds of emotions, and sort of fulfilling those emotional needs, okay? So it might be scary, but it's really important for you to do by actually stripping down and bearing your soul, even just to yourself, and just looking in the mirror and saying, you know what? I need someone, and I'm ready and prepared to admit that. Because this card, this Three of Cups in the reverse position, can also suggest that you are lacking support and love from your friends and loved ones. And this card's basically telling you that you need to get a little bit more vulnerable. The reason that your friendships might not be flowing as well, or maybe you're feeling very distant, it's because you've got to get vulnerable. You've got to let these people support you and love you how you deserve. It's scary. It absolutely can be scary, especially if you're someone that is very focused on work and achieving and all those great things. But it can be sometimes very scary to get vulnerable. But it is honestly the only way to get healthy, fulfilling, and abundant love that you truly deserve. Really letting go of those walls, those obstacles, those walls that you put up. It's really important to bring them down, okay? This card is generally a great indication of any relationship. So maybe you've been feeling really distant from your friends, but this card is quickly coming in. It's like right after it and saying, don't worry, if you step back to your friends, or even just have a very honest conversation and say, you know what, I've let our friendship sort of drop a bit. I mean, I know I can be bad for this. I am a Capricorn, and I tend to love to be focused on achieving and achieving and achieving, to the point where sometimes my friendships kind of fade, which is a shame. It's a sad thing, because, but it's also a part of life, and it's the way I am, so I'm not ashamed of it. But it's a great indication for any relationships that if you do step into wanting back this love and support that you had with these friends, they are coming in quick. You know, they are 100% there. They want to be there, and they want to give you the love and support that you want from them. Okay. Essentially, this is suggesting that a new phase starts. Okay, with every ace, a new phase starts. So something new and something really positive will begin here. So maybe this is also like, maybe you've been drifting from friends or old friends that actually really weren't serving you. They weren't really aligning with who you are, because maybe you've gone through a bit of a spiritual awakening. Maybe you've realized that you really do want to take care of yourself and you want to be the best person that you can be. And there is these old friends that are being, because this energy can also suggest that it's either blocked, delayed, or on its way out. And I'm feeling like on its way out. That's what I'm literally seeing, this finger movement in my head. Get out of here. So this might be old friends moving away from you because they're not serving you anymore. But there's not to worry, because as soon as they are maneuvered on out, you are going to have amazing, beautiful, great new friendships coming in, or new relationships in general coming in. Now, lastly, with this death card, and this is probably my favorite card in the deck, because I think it's really important to remember that just because it says death doesn't mean it's actually like horrible. It's actually got such a beautiful message. The death card is all about resurrection. Okay? For me, I don't think I've ever used that word, but it feels so right to use that right now. So that's obviously intuitively for someone. Anyway, the death card is all about major transformation, like huge transformation. And the fact that we've been talking about old friends leaving, newness coming in, taking care of yourself and self-care, self-love. You've obviously connected back with some like really important self-love that maybe was missing, and you're starting to drop away the people that no longer serve you to allow in new love, new divine love, a deliverance of new divine love. Because what's actually happening at the base of it, at the core of it, is you are transforming. You are no longer going to be the same person that you have been. You are in this transformative phase of growth. As I was saying that sentence, Spirit was showing me, well, hang on, like your journey has been a complete turnaround. And I feel like that's what's happening here, is that you might have in the past been doing something that just you didn't love, or you were a person that you didn't love, or you were a person that was lost, or just really unsure of who you were. And this transformation that is happening, that's coming, or if it hasn't already come, is going to literally flip you inside out. That's what I just heard. Not a bad thing, not a bad thing, because what's happening here is basically the king has died, okay? It's a bit gnarly, but the sun is rising in the back, and it's like the old is in the past, and what now is coming is the new. Because if you look at the child, it's not nervous, it's not scared. The mum is like looking away in shame and fear, but the kid is like, yeah, white horse, dope. The kid knows that the innocence knows that this is really nothing to fear. This card is nothing to fear. It's so exciting when this card pops out. It's like, it honestly gets me so excited. Not in that way, but gets me so excited, because you're literally going to be a brand new person, and a brand new day is dawning for you. So don't focus too much on what's leaving. Don't focus on too much on what you're disliking or hating, or what feels uncomfortable, because if things around you in your life feel uncomfortable now, it's actually such a good thing, because it's showing you that what's uncomfortable now is you becoming uncomfortable in your current existence, your current reality. So what does that tell you? It's telling you that your current reality is no longer serving you. So you are destined to change. You are now facing a big change. And if you think of it that way, how freaking exciting. It can also be scary, and I totally understand that, and I totally honor that, and I hope that you're not feeling scared, but we all go through it. It all happens. And sometimes the things that fall away, as hard as they can be to accept, or as hard as they can be to really let go of, the side that you come out on will be so much more amazing. Okay. Now, with that being said, I am going to go through your Angels of Atlantis Oracle cards. So I've got Sandalphon, Planetary Cycles. Pretty cool card. I've got Jophiel, Joy. And then we've got Raziel, Faith. Okay, so Sandalphon is the sacred guardian. He allows for smooth communication. He does help to interpret what we need and what we want, and he will only deliver to us what we need over what we want, because sometimes what we want really is not what we need. So with this planetary cycles card, it depicts the planet, the fact that the planet moves through seasons of its own cycles, okay? And it's really, really important to look and find your own unique cycles and start to work with them and not against them. And this can even be like a birthday or anniversary is like a good sort of pinpoint. Like your birthday is when the cycle begins, you know? So step into and connect with your authentic self, because your authentic self is dying to get out at this time. And just try to incorporate being authentically you in the moment. Don't focus too much on being this queen that has it all sorted, that has everything like organized, that, you know, has this strict regiment that you've got to fit to, this strict schedule. Like, let the schedule go a little, but rewrite the schedule that fits into your own certain cycles. Does that make sense? That's what I'm really feeling there. Next we have Jophiel. And Jophiel is the holy liberator. He represents the beauty to kind of all aspects of life. So anything beautiful in life, he's sort of responsible for. It's a lot. He's responsible for beauty that creates calmness, peace, and pleasure, you know, those kinds of things. So this card is suggesting that it's time to invite in more playfulness into your life, which I think is so funny that it's come out over the Three of Cups. Because remember, I was saying, like, go out and have a bit more fun. Really let your hair down. It's okay. I just love it when the cards line up like that. Like, it's time to invite in more playfulness in your life, especially like this dolphin, okay? So source energy is total well-being and infinite creative possibility, okay? So what is carefree energy to you, and how can you incorporate it more into your everyday? Because you need to be having fun. Life needs to be fun. Otherwise, what is the point, right? So choose it in all that you do. So really choose fun first. Make fun the priority, okay? Because without it, it's like, what's the point? What is the point in the journey if it's not fun, right? Now, lastly, we have Raziel, however you like it. And Raziel is known as the Divine Mysteries. How cool is that? He actually has a rainbow hue. So to me, that is abundance, okay? Because rainbows do signify abundance, which is dope. So Raziel is like an old wise wizard. He turns what you've experienced into what you can actually apply to your life. So he's almost like the hermit card, if you will, if you're familiar with tarot. He helps you to see the bigger picture always. He is the keeper of universal secrets. He essentially helps you to move past really painful memories, okay? Maybe there is a bit of pain coming in, or there has been in the past, and maybe that is part of some shadow work that you'll also be doing with the Death card here. Faith card is essentially telling you that it's time to really take a leap of faith and move on from all that is familiar. And I feel like if you're someone that is super focused on the self, which is great. I mean, everyone should be focused on the self for self-care, but maybe it's unbalanced, okay? So move from all that is familiar, okay? Don't be afraid to go for new things if you're drawn to them. If it's something you've never been drawn to, don't let that shy you away from doing it, because it could really be something so important for you, like a journey, a journey for you to go down that is really going to bring you so much happiness. Honestly, so much happiness. The fact that joy is coming out. I mean, if you really think about joy, like really break it down, true, wild happiness. I mean, have you felt that in your life before? And do you deserve to feel it? Absolutely you do. That is the answer. You do deserve it. So have faith, okay? Have faith that it will be delivered when you walk from the path that you know best, and it's dark and it's scary and it's new and you're not sure about it. Have faith that you're doing the right thing and the best thing for you right now, okay? Start a new adventure. You need faith and courage and trust to really make that first step. The first step is the hardest step, is it not? The first step is the hardest one to make. Once you've made that first step, it's like a boulder, you know? It's just rolling down the hill. It's happened after the first step, you know? Bloody boulder. No. And it's really important to invite in the divine to begin finding your faith. So really, maybe there is a need for inviting in a little bit more connection with your spirit guides. Maybe you are so focused on on the physical realm that maybe your spiritual, emotional side is kind of lacking. And I mean, well, now we're in a bit of a transformation, and maybe spirituality is going to be coming out for you. And if that's the case, that's so exciting. I'm so excited for you. It's a very fun, exciting thing, okay? And if you treat it that way, like it will give you and bring you only amazing things, then that is what it will bring you. You get to choose, okay? You do actually have a choice here. Now, we are getting to the end of the reading, so I'm just going to shuffle these numerology cards. These are a newer deck, so I don't know them that well, so I may... Sometimes I get intuitive hits with them. Sometimes I do still like to read the book, just so I'm giving you guys the best and most information possible. Like, how cool is that colors? Love it. All right. So, any final messages for my group threes? Whoa. All right. What have we got? We've got 61. Self-love. So I do think there has been some self-love maybe lacking a little. Sort of confirms it. All right, so I will just read from the book. This indicates a need to focus your attention on loving and believing in yourself. By drawing this card, you are being encouraged to make your relationship with yourself your number one priority, as this is the key to happiness and the manifestation of your dreams. Rather than dwell upon your shortcomings, you must accept and embrace who you are. Now time to start treating yourself like a friend by replacing your negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Statements that affirm that you're lovable, worthy, and perfect just as you are help raise your energy, vibration, and improve your life circumstances. Set aside time to write down all the things that you admire about yourself, such as your sense of humor, your smile, or your capacity to love. Every little thing counts and nothing is insignificant or minor. In order to improve your current situation, you are being asked to adjust to and harmonize with the natural rhythm and cycles of your life. Cycles that are encouraging you to love and believe in yourself. So So I feel like there is this, generally you take care of everything very well with the Queen of Pentacles, but there is some negative self-talk happening. And maybe this is part of the restructuring, this rebirth. You're now going to be letting things fall away from you that are actually causing you more harm than good. And you will be inviting in more self-love talk, which is so important for any progression. If you're wanting to get that progression, that movement forward, then you got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this chat. Remember that you're an ongoing work in progress, and you didn't choose to come here to be the perfect person with the perfect life. Everything in your life is a reflection of what you believe about yourself. So nurture yourself with love. It just hit home for me a little bit. Remember that you're an ongoing work in progress. That's what it feels like as well. It feels like there's this heaviness, this heavy burden on yourself to have it all sorted, to have it all perfect, and it's just not, and it's not coming up perfect. But when you let go of that, you'll actually find that perfection finds you, because you realize that perfection is imperfect. The idea of perfection is very imperfect. You're an ongoing work in progress, and you didn't choose to come here to be the perfect person with the perfect life, because it just doesn't exist. A perfect life exists differently to everyone. Am I right? Am I right? All right, let's pull one more and then probably call it quits. Oh. Put that back in because that did not. Oh, look at that. 74, nature. So super interesting, because we did mention earlier at the Queen of Pentacles that getting back into nature might be really important for you, really necessary for you. So let me just pull that one up, because I do really want to. This card indicates a need to spend quality time in nature. So you're someone that is really needing nature right now. And maybe that will help you to get, just to have a bit more fun. I'm feeling like a retreat or something. Or like if you still want to work on yourself, do a yoga retreat or something. But definitely get back into nature. This card indicates a need to spend quality time in nature. Nature has the ability to heal and replenish you when you're feeling tired, anxious, or depressed. Even a 10-minute walk outside will help revitalize, balance, and ground you. When you merge your energy with Mother Nature, you enhance your connection to the divine. Perhaps you've been spending too much time inside or around computers and electrical devices. Maybe you're feeling stressed, indecisive, or confused. By drawing this card, you're being encouraged to improve your mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual well-being by walking along a beach or in a garden or park, hiking through the forest, bush, mountains, or desert, swimming in an ocean, river, lake, or stream, taking a trip to the wilderness or countryside, going camping or horseback riding, gardening or having a picnic, lying in the sun, walking in the rain, or playing in the snow, or reading under a tree. Oh my gosh, how many options did this book just get? I didn't even know there was that many things to do outside. So yeah, pick one of those and do it. These cycles are encouraging you to spend time in the outdoors. When you align yourself with Mother Nature, you align yourself with Source. And this is a very powerful way to raise your vibration. I think that's really cool, because mainly also I kind of relate to that, because filming these videos, I've all of a sudden I'm like in front of a microphone, I'm in front of a computer, I'm in front of a camera, I'm in front of a light system. Like, it's a lot of technology, and whenever I feel intuitively called to speak to you about something personal, I feel like there's a message in there for someone else. So Yeah, I think it's really important that things can change rather quickly. I've just filmed the first video actually for this today, and I've got plans to film quite a bit more. And I'm already starting to think, okay, so I am gonna have to really keep some time aside to get back out into nature, because this is a lot of technology, and through COVID, cutting off from a lot of things that were very toxic, a lot of platforms like Facebook and things like that, you kind of do need to have those moments of reflection and rest, and doing that and it doesn't mean you have to sit on your bum. You can get out into nature, get exploring, have some fun. And I feel like this is what this reading is really saying for you. It's like, get out there, have fun. You know, you've been locked in for a while, treat yourself, basically is the underlying message here for you. So with that said, group threes, that is all that I have for you today. Feel free to follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Those links are below if you feel called to leave a donation. My PayPal is linked in the description. It's definitely not necessary, but it's always greatly appreciated. I love you so, so, so much, and I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing evening, rest or sleep, and I cannot wait to read for you again soon. Bye.